Good day, everyone. So another topic will be about competitive pay. So we will be, I think this will be the last lecture for this semester. Mhm. So there are, direction ako, direct to the point na already. So there are factors determining competitive pay. So we have here, wait, ayan. So we have here the industry, if you can see my cursor. So we also have the location. Okay, for example, meron ata akong nabanggit sa inyo, I think sa class, that about the, anong tawag nito, yung minimum wage is nakadepende sa region kung nasaan tayo, tama ba? So, yung minimum wage sa Manila will be different from the minimum wage sa Puerto Princesa and different from here sa Brooks Point. So, nakadepende rin siya um, sa location. So, it is also one of the factors that to determine the competitive um, pay sa atin. So, depende rin siya sa industry. So, may iba't iba namang industry, di ba? For example, there are food industries, merong manufacturing industry, ano pa, and etc. So, also, meron ding availability of talent. For example, dito sa Palawan, marami tayong kulang dito, di ba? So, we only produce a certain amount of courses na pwedeng mag-produce ng mga professionals. And for example, wala tayo dito, ano ba, chemical engineer, hindi ko sure kung meron sa Palawan State University, main campus, no? Pero for example lang, walang chemical engineering sa Palawan. So, yung availability of the talent will be scarce dito sa lugar natin. So, yung pay grade nito, it should be competitive enough for to import people from another location, 'di ba? I remember before nung 2014, well, na-reveal ko tuloy. So, nung 2014 or somewhere 2015 like that, may nag-import pa ang Palawan, ang mga state university sa Palawan ng mga lecturers dahil nag-open sila ng bagong courses sa kanilang university. So there are no available professionals that can teach the new courses na in-offer nila. So they had to import someone from Benguet State University, so malalayong lugar. So um, they were able to get people from there kasi siguro meron silang competitive pay or there are very good accommodations naman. Hindi ko lang sure kung meron. Pero anyway, they were able to get people from different parts of the Philippines. Okay, so for example, tayo sa HR may kailangan tayong talent. For example, we are needing an accountant that can handle a certain number of funds, okay, billions of funds in Palawan. So we need to get them from another firm, okay? Maghahanap tayo ng talent. Or there are, basta konti yung talent na meron tayo. So, we also need to think about, to plan the competitive pay na kailangan nating i-offer sa kanila. Kasi baka mamaya nag-offer tayo sa kanila tapos napahiya tayo kasi they are getting enough naman doon sa lugar kung saan sila naroroon. Di ba? So, and also, we need to consider the experience and skills of these people. Okay? So, yung mga experience nila, for example, si fresh graduate tapos si 15 years ng HR, ano ba yung um, tama ba na pareho lang sila ng pay grade? Siyempre hindi. So, we need to consider this to be able um, to come up with a competitive pay na magiging maganda yung mga talents or yung pool ng candidates na mapoproduce natin. Okay? Sorry. And then, there are factors to consider in designing compensation and benefits packages. Okay, so number one, we have to consider the cost of living. Okay, so we need to recognize the regional differences, yung cost of living na meron tayo, di ba? Kaya nga meron tayong mga, um, ano nga nito, yung mga COLA, di ba? Cost of living allowance, Yes, yung cost of living. We need to recognize ilan ba yung mga ginagastos. Baka mamaya yung mga tao natin, they cannot survive anymore sa pay or sa salary na binibigay natin sa kanila. Okay, so we also need to consider the industry standards. Okay, so when we say the industry standards, ano ba yung standard ni industry? Naalala niyo ba nung nakakita tayo ng um, wait a minute. Ito na naman yung computer. Hindi na naman makipakita yung cursor ko. So, naalala niyo ba na meron tayong nakita dati na ang kailangan nila is sales lady, I think. Tapos kailangan graduate ng college, ganito, ganyan. So, marami silang requirement already. Tapos yung kanilang pay naman is very, very, very minimum or below minimum salary pa. So, we need to stay informed about prevailing compensation and benefits. Kasi, baka mamaya, hindi na pala tama yun. So, wala nang mag apply sa atin. Or baka mamaya, sobrang taas naman natin magbigay ng sahod. So, we need to do our research too about the standard of the industry. And number three, employee skills and experience. We also need to consider the qualifications and experience of your workforce when structuring compensation packages to reward and motivate the talent. So we also need to be more observant about the skills and experience na meron na sila. Kasi otherwise, if we miss the talents and the abilities and skills of our employees na talagang high performing, we might lose them in the long run. Kasi when they, naman, di ba, when employees doesn't feel appreciated, they tend to leave. Tama? So, wait lang. Yan. And then, yan. And then, we also need to think about their financial resources or the financial resources that we have. Okay, we need to evaluate our company or your company's financial capabilities to strike a balance between competitive compensation and sustainable businesses or business growth. Maliban sa titingnan natin yung qualities or yung skills ng mga empleyado natin at mapantay natin yung tuon, we also need to consider yung kung meron ba talaga tayo or baka naman naibigay na natin sa mga empleyado lahat ng funds or financial resources ng ating company. Wala nang natira, hindi na to business charity na mangyayari. Okay, so we need to also consider that one. So we also need to consider the company culture and values. So we need to align our compensation and benefits offerings with your organization's culture and values to enhance employee engagement and satisfaction. So, ang company culture and values natin, if we value, um, we, kailangan nating malaman kung ano ba yung culture na meron tayo. We have to derive our compensation plan sa kung anong klaseng mga tao ang meron tayo, di ba? So, if our company culture is um what do you call this? Ang kultura sa kumpanya natin, for example, is people are very concerned with the careers that they want. They want to grow with their careers. Siguro we can include into our compensation plan yung mga educational benefits and etc. If the company culture naman and values of the employees na meron tayo ay very health conscious, probably we can give them packages na related to the health. And if ever they are very, and most of our employees are very family centered, maybe we can include their families with the with their compensation plans din, 'di ba? So depende siya sa kung ano yung company culture and values na meron tayo. And also, what drives employee satisfaction and performance. So in here we have this is according to a research, no, ay ito nasa ilalim yung website. So 57% of top performing organizations embrace pay transparency and share pay ranges even when not required by law. So they already share they're already transparent with their pay ranges, no? So nagsasabi talaga sila ilan yung sasahurin mo, ilan yung makukuha mo. Talagang transparent na sila kaagad-agad. And 44% is performance-based incentives. Performance-based incentive programs can increase performance by up to 44%. And 74% of employees report job loyalty according to a 2024 MetLife survey. So, all in all, these, hindi naman siya 100% in totality na magkakaiba naman sila ng ang binabanggit dito. Hindi naman ito pare-pareho. So, baka magtaka kayo, ma'am, 57 plus 44 plus 75, hindi naman 100 yun. But it is a different, these are different aspects ng realidad ngayong panahon. Okay, so these all are driving employee satisfaction, and they motivate, or it helps in the performance of our employees. And these are the common benefits offered in the Philippines. So employers in the Philippines commonly provide the following benefits to enhance the overall compensation package. So number one, we have the health insurance. Yan, meron tayong PhilHealth. Ito po ay required sa ating mga empleyado everywhere. So private and public, yan po ay required. So number two, retirement plans. So in government employees, we have the GSIS, and for private ones, we have the SSS. Number three is paid time off. So PTO po is required everywhere. So please keep and bear that in mind. Okay, number four is maternity and paternity leave is also required by law or common benefit po. Okay. So yung sa PTO, mamang iba po hindi nagbibigay ng paid time off. Pwede ba yun? Lahat po ay kailangan na may paid time off, no? So, I think the DOLE and the CSC is requiring us to let our employees rest. So, hindi pwede po sila na walang rest. And if you're a regular employee, you should be paid for the time off. And number five, we have the life, dental, and vision insurance. So, insurance says, hindi man siya required na lahat yan. Pero a lot of companies, or most of the companies, they give insurances naman. So, pero iba-iba yung packages na meron sila. Number six, transportation and housing allowances. So, some companies, to attract talents and to attract good or quality candidates, they add this to their compensation packages. And number seven is 13th month pay, which is required by the law. Okay. And lastly, we have developing competitive compensation and benefits packages. So in here, we can see four quadrants, di ba? Meron tayong market competitiveness, we have performance-based rewards, and employee preferences, and of course, family involvement. When we say developing competitive compensation and benefit packages, itong apat na ito is most likely laging hinahanap ng ating mga empleyado or mga nag-a-apply sa atin. So, when we say market competitiveness, no, titignan nila if it is competitive enough na, dito ako papasok, or is your company nice to belong to? Okay, yung compensation plan ninyo ba ay okay? Mataas ba kayo magpasahod? Maganda ba yung mga benefit ninyo? And also, performance-based rewards, do you offer that? If I do well in your company, do you give rewards, or you just say thank you and clap clap? Okay. Or number three, employee preferences. Yan. It is one of the key factors in developing competitive compensation. So, may preferences sila. So, ma'am, ano po ba yung mga packages na pwede kong avail? Okay, pwede ko ba isama ito, i-convert ito sa ganito, etc. And number four, if you involve their family. So there are a lot of companies, a lot of workers, they don't leave their companies because, ma'am, okay ako dito kasi yung compensation plan nito kasama dito yung benefit yung anak ko, yung mga asawa ko kasama sila. Meron kaming housing, meron kaming kotse, merong scholarship yung anak ko, yung asawa ko kasama sa pag nanganak yung asawa ko kasama sa may makukuha kami and etc. Merong paid vacation, merong trip to Japan and etc. Okay? So yun yung mga um things we need to consider when we are developing competitive compensation and benefits packages. Okay? So that would be all for this lecture. This is very short one. I hope I can upload this and I'm sorry that I had to record this one because we are very busy for the accreditation and etc. So I don't need to explain anymore. But anyway, thank you for listening and for being here virtually. Okay, that is all. If you have questions, you can just comment it in our comment section. Okay, bye.